In Dungeons 2, you start out with a throne room, and your goal is to take that throne room and get to the outer world and figure out a way to conquer the overworld from the underworld. But you can't see everything when you start, so you got to figure out, how do I grow my throne room and get it to the overworld without having them come in to defeat me. Dungeons 2 consists of a campaign mode, or you go on a campaign to you play as evil, and you try to defeat the good side, and a skirmish mode. Now, in the skirmish mode, there are 16 different maps, all different styles and different setups, but the basic premise is you start in the dungeon, and you have to figure out a way to defeat the overworld from the underworld before they get to you and destroy your dungeon. And you have two different factions. You can be the Horde or the Demons faction, depending on how you want to play. In Dungeons 2, you can order your troops, minions, to dig by simply holding down on the X button and making everything green. The thing about Dungeons 2 is it is a real-time strategy game known as RTS, or real-time strategy, and where you're going at it on one side, while on the overworld they're going at it, and eventually they're going to spawn troops and send them to attack your dungeon, while your goal is to take troops create troops in your dungeon, build up a war chest, and send them to the overworld and conquer it. The question is, who gets it first? One cool thing about Dungeons 2 is that all your troops have levels, and they can level up with more experience points, provided of course they don't die and not get revived. So try to figure out a strategy in which your troops don't get completely killed, or when they do get killed they get revived and they can get healed on a health bed. Otherwise you lose all the experience points you gained, and it can be tough to overcome if you don't do that. This is an RTS game that takes some time to complete, but it's kind of fun because it has a lot of strategic thinking behind it as to how you want to defend your dungeon, how you want to approach setting up your dungeon, and keeping people happy, or keeping your evil minions happy, that is, and not having them go on strike or want beer and stop working and stuff like that. So pretty cool in terms of all the stuff you can do, and tactical thinking and strategy. It's a nice RTS game in terms of what it's doing in relation to the theme. And the main goal of this game is basically to get to the overworld and uncover the overworld and conquer it as you play. And it seems easy to start, but it can be challenging at times, and some games can last for quite a few hours. Now, the nice thing about this game is they've set up a couple different ways to play, where you can play easy or you can play hard, depending on how you want to do it. But one of the nice things about this game is, you can set up choose how you want to play. If the level's too hard, you can always make it easier and less challenging. Of course, it's up to you. But yeah, basically you want to change the nice green overworld into a dark dungeon type world. In concluding, if you like RTS games, meaning real-time strategy games, and you like the challenge of playing them, I almost feel like you have to give this a shot. You pretty much can tell what the game is by watching this video. Hopefully this helps you make your decision. I definitely enjoyed playing this. I've beaten and played through several different times, and had a lot of fun with it. You know, and if you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know that I like RTS type games. I've always enjoyed playing them since I played the first Command & Conquer for the Super Nintendo 64. So the goal of dungeons is to basically defeat this overlord, the guy in the circle right there, and he can be immune as long as he calls up enemies, or calls up allies to fight for him. But if you defeat those allies, you can basically attack him. But he's immune as long as he has the allies up. And then once you defeat all of them, you've got to defeat basically all the setups surrounding the overworld. And then once you do that, you beat the game. So here we defeated the guy who gave us problems, and we just have to destroy all their buildings and stuff, and protect against respawns. Actually, just had a few respawns right there. And then once you do that, you win the game. So here's a cannon we got to attack, and a few other things. And of course, make sure you have enough troops for this little adventure here. If you don't bring enough troops, you know, you might not win. So we got a couple troops left here, and we're going to send those over here and destroy the respawn buildings that they have.
It's payday.
Maybe hit this building too. And of course hitting that building right there. And of course, once you do that, you win. Oh, there's another one we gotta hit. Okay, I gotta clear this out. One more, I think. Oh, I gotta hit this building right here, too. So anyway, once you clear the overworld, you will win the beat the game. So there's another thing that we did not clear. Cleared. Clear this building. Clearing this building right here. Clearing this building. And we won! So you basically had to clear the buildings and clear that guy that has the immune round circle. You can do that. And then clear whatever else they have in the overworld. You beat